Hello ladies, it's me Penny at Penny's Place. I've come on today. I've been doing a card for somebody. I'm not very good at mail cards, but at least this one does have a theme, so it gets, you're going. It's for a fisherman, and so I'll show you a quick one of the finished. That's the finished idea. Okay, so it's pretty easy, a bit fiddly some of the other little things, but I'll show you how I got along. The paper I chose, it was a 12 by 12. I just love it because of this, it's like camouflage, isn't it, what's on fishermen's jackets and what have you. You could go for just a plain one. I did this just as a template to give me an idea of the size and what I wanted. That one actually fits better the other one. This is the only colour I think I had left like this. And this was taken from a lovely pad called World Travel. Now I don't know if it's still in circulation because that isn't. Because I've had it a while. But I've got a bit of a mixture in here actually. But you can see it's that's not probably that's what I do. Odd ones I tend to stick in other ones. So when I'm showing you, it's a bit like it now, isn't it? But I think that one was it? That one definitely wasn't. But these type of things were. So it was a nice pad, but as I say, I've not got a lot left. That's a nice one, all sky and everything. So that's where I found this paper. You can see it here and here. Okay, better say I'm not sure. I've had it a while, so I'm not sure if it's still in print. So all I did was, as I say, I used this roughly as a template, just to get my bearings type of thing. So this one that we're doing measures well, I used a piece of paper, a card, that measured 26 centimetres by 16 centimetres. Okay, so all I did was find the middle, which you can rub out now, Penny, because we don't need to see that, do we? I keep my squeezy rubber in here because otherwise I never find it. So I'll just rub that out just in case I don't cover it all when I put a piece in to write on. So I know that's done then. So any markings you can rub out. So with that, I've cut that. That's the piece that was cut out. Don't throw away these because you need these for pockets and things like that. And then, as I say, this was a template. I've put the armhole. It's about, well, this one's about, what is it, 10 centimetres or 10.5 centimetres up. And just about 2 centimetres down. Okay, that's right. So we did that. So I've done one side, as you can see. And if you want to be very accurate, whatever one you've cut out, one side you can use as your template for the other side, like that. So therefore you should get matching. Don't always work with me. It seems to work with other people. So it's quite nice today. We've had some sunshine. It's just gone a bit overcast, but I thought now's the perfect time to go and do the thing that's not perfect. So we'll trim that up a little bit. It'll be even better doing it without the template. But don't forget, it's a fisherman's thing, so it's got to be a bit rustic. So I'm just going to fold that over. Now, if you were doing a waistcoat, you could leave that like that, just fold it over, stick it down or anything like that. But I'm doing a waistcoat without the collar. Okay, so we'll just nip that off. I hate cutting and everything when I'm on on the video because being a one-eyed person, I'm never very straight, so it does give me a bit of a fumble. So already you can see that's a waistcoat. So the next thing we needed to do was pockets. So I started off just doing a piece of paper, piece of card, and just finding what size I wanted. Okay. Now these I've doubled a back and a front. As you can see, this is the back, that's the front, just so I can have a flap coming down. Alright, matching. The smaller ones, the whole pocket measures, the back part measures, it does 5 centimetres by 2 3/4 centimetres. It doesn't matter if you're a centimetre or two either way. It's not written in stone, is it? So I've done it like that because I say I want the flap, and plus you might want to put something just in there. Now on the others, these, before I stuck them down, I sewed them on my sewing machine. Okay, there's your flap. And then I sewed these, just give it a bit of extra design like on it. So that's what you can do, or like this one, you can just stick it and then I'll do faux, that's blue, I wanted a black really. Let's see if that one's too thick. I've got a black one here, this is black. Let me have a piece of paper, there we go. Just to test, make sure it's black. That looks black to me. So what you could do is just do, you see, faux pretend stitches, and that would work as well, just the same as getting your sewing machine out. I did it, but I always have to remember to change the needle, because I don't know, you can't work with your what you're using on fabric, so I try to keep needles just for paper. So I have to hoist the sewing machine out, change the needle, find the right sometimes it seems a little bit too much, but anyway, you know, for a fiddly job. But that's basically it, like that. So we'll stick that one down. I've got all types of glue in front of me, but I want to use this, you can use any glue. I mean, you could use double back tape if you want. I actually stuck it with glue as well around there, so that would go there like that. Now I don't know if it's going to stick because it's I've not used you know, it takes a while to dry, doesn't it? So while that's setting, I'll show you something else that we'll do. I wanted some buttons like that down the front. So all I had was white buttons, which are these, which were gifted to me by our lovely niece Zoe. So I took 3 of them and I put them in this bowl. I have, if I can find it. Oops. So there's the 3 buttons. I thought it was a darker green, but in fact I think I will find a bit slightly darker green than that. Here's my magic pens. Let's see if I can go for a bit darker green. Let's try this one. It's a bit like that green. Oh, these mates are tinge. Is it tinge? I don't know. Some of them are pro markers and some of them are something else. Yeah, it's a little bit darker, that. So they're just alcohol based pens anyway. So you could put them any colour you like. You could have brass ones if you wanted. You could have pretend ones. It doesn't really matter, but I think that's a bit of a darker green anyway to go on that. So that's one little item done. So they'd go whichever side you particularly like. That doesn't meet now, does it? There we go. So they'd go. I can't figure out myself now which way is the. I've not got anything on that's got buttons. Which is men's side and which is. It doesn't matter. You can have women, fisherwomen anyway. So it doesn't really matter, does it? So I'm going to stick these down while I'm looking at it. If I could put just a tiny bit. You watch it all come spluttering out. I do have a tiny. I can't lay my hands on it. I've had the electrics in today. Arthur's been having quite trouble with his pond light. Keeps going off. Oh, I sounded just like my mum then from Jersey. Off. And so I say he's having trouble with that. So I think there's something wrong with the fuses, so they're going to come back. It's alright them coming back, but they don't realise I have to get up early. Hang about, keep looking out windows, but being very deaf, I don't hear. That means I can't listen to my music or anything because I wear headphones. They don't realise how hard it is for me, do they? So shall we put some faux ones on these? Coming down like that. I can see it wants a little trimming off, I have noticed. But this just give you, I mean, you can decorate it how you want. You know, there's so many different styles and variations on these little jackets, but I think they make quite nice cards, so we're going to stick that one down as well. So I've started off doing faux stitching on this. I might as well continue, but there's always quite a few pockets on these things because fishermen need a lot of pockets. Okay, so I won't stick the buttons on at the moment because they'll take a while to set, and you don't want to sit here watching them for the glue to go off. So pop it back in there, and I'll show you what else I've been doing. Now on this one you can see I've got some fish. Alright, now these fish I just used 2 pieces of, in fact it's paper, painty paper like Betsy Doodle makes. So that was my painty paper, and I like the colours. And so I just used 2 pieces of paper cut together. But on this one, I've made them a little bit, that was stuck, a little bit chunkier, some of them. In fact, a bit size bigger. And I'll show you roughly how I did this. So these fish were taken from like a chevron type pattern there. Can't remember the paper pad for that. You know, it's only scraps that I've been looking for. Now, usually there's a double hook at one end, and then the hook to actually catch the fish, you put your bait on that end, and then you put floats and God knows what else on that end. No, I'm not a fisherwoman at all. But I have heard Harper say these things. So I'm just going to put an eye there so we know where his eye is. I mean, you could put wibbly wobbly eyes if you wanted. You could put dead shiny eyes if you want. It's up to you. Now to make these, I'll show you how I made them. I tried all sorts of wire in that. Now this is very, very cheap wire, and it comes from the pound shop, I think, or Poundland, and it was called I don't know, something like play wire or funky wire or something like that. And there was quite a few strands, I've still got some. And it's just nicely coloured with all these bright colours, which is one thing I know fishermen like, because when they make their floats up and everything, lures, they do that. So what I did was I just cut a little piece and then try and find the middle roughly. Okay, and then brought it up so it was like that, and then squeezed it, squeezed it, squeezed it like that. Don't want that hook going that way actually. There we go, go that way. Just squeeze that a little bit, and then the end ones, just get your them tight, the nose, isn't it? And we'll just turn them like that. Now I wouldn't give these cards to children if you're using this type of wire, because you know, there's not a lot I can do about the sharp ends on them, but I do like the the colour of them. But you could use, this is not wire, it's like a string with a plastic coating over it. You know, when I'm doing oh, what do you call it? When I'm embroidering and I'm going over and over to give an edge to something. The name's absolutely gone. Or you could use this finer wire, which is it's not sharp. I think it's something like electric wire or something, but it's very, very fine, that wire. So you find it easier with that, you could use that. So that's one of the hooks that I'd make. And then put a hook in this one. Let's have a look. I seem to have made 3 or 4 of these little fish. There we go. On this one, I did use this that very fine grade wire. I think it might be like jewellery wire actually. That's very, very fine, and more or less just the same way, and just bends very easily. This, no trouble at all. And this is cut out from angel hair, what I pressed together, that I was using for my mermaid mixed media board, and that's a bit left. So I thought, I think I'll try and make a fishy out of it, so I did. So these fish, I like the chevron type pattern on them, quite fishy actually. I quite like them, but what I might do is, if I can find, move that one over there. I wonder whether to put, I've got a green sparkly thing here and there, and I might have a bit of green in a gel or something like that. Doesn't have to be green really. So we'll just try these. These are glitter gems, broad point, American Crafts, deep jade, glitter gems, that's what it says on it. So what I thought was, just not very noticeable, that is it. I just thought I might add a little bit of glitter to it. It doesn't a lot, does it at all? I mean, you could add normal glitter. You could do anything like that. Let me see what else I've got. Not very glittery. No. Oh, there's a green that might have a bit of glitter on it. This green might have a little bit of glitter on it. Yeah. Anyway, you can decorate them better than me. And you can mess about with them, can't you, as much as you want or as less as you want. I like that white stripe. Don't do nothing with that white stripe. So I'm just going to do some lines there. I don't use these gel pens often, and I think they're on the way out by the looks of them. I have to put that down as a birthday present, I think. That one's definitely run out, I think. They put this on and then I can't see, can I? So that's what you can do with those. So then when your pockets have dried, you can just glue it. There we are, it's not stuck yet, has it? That one has stuck. So you could just glue it a bit if you wanted and just have them hanging there like so. Oops, that one's not going to stick if you don't leave it alone. Let's make sure it was straight. Okay, one thing I forgot about tell you about the flaps is to take the corners off. They just look a bit more realistic, I think. So that's what we can do. We can put little fishes in like that. And the other thing I did, which I thought was quite nice, I had some feathers here. Just these tiny little cheap feathers from, I think they were Hobbycraft. But again, for lures and things like that, fishermen always tend to have some feathers of some kind around them. So I think it's mainly fly fishing, isn't it, where you use it. I'll push that behind there. I hope you can see that. Just push that behind there. It just adds a little something like that. Okay. So you would take a lot more space on the time on this than what I'm doing. Now the last big thing that I did was a pole, a fishing pole, as you can see here, which I put here somewhere. Where have you gone, fishing pole? You've gone. Let me find my fishing pole. Where has it gone? It was here, I'm sure it was, and I looped it out of this. There it is, I found it! Hooray! There's another feather. So, I thought I'd put a fishing rod on, okay? So, this one, I just cut it out simply from black. Just past the size of the V-neck there, and how far down you want to come. And on this one I found a piece of brown paper that had lines on it, so I just used it to make like the handle, you see. Now for the reel on that one, I just used, I think it was this. It's like a straw thing. I think Arp has them, and for some of his stuff that gets delivered at his works. So I just cut a piece of that off because it's like a little reel, and then on the ends I stuck, now what did I stick on that? Now on those I did stick sequins because it was the right size, you know, to go on the ends, and painted it all. And then the line, the fishing line, is actually I used some very strong cotton and just stuck it on, wrapped it round and stuck it on. On this one, which is for this one, I've done something similar. I painted this one bronze, and then I did white lines, so I couldn't find that any more of that paper. White lines, and then went over it in a bit of grey, so it still looks like it's meant to look a bit like, they have usually like a twine wrapped around the handle, don't they, something like that. And this one, the same type of thing for his reel, but I actually used, but it was very, very fiddly, I actually used sea line, proper fishing line, I don't know where I got that from. It's sea fishing anyway, this one. And Arthur doesn't do sea fishing anyway. So that's what I've actually done with that. And I made a little handle out of that wire again, out of that fun wire. Okay? But it's fiddly because it takes a while for it to dry each end. And the end, I didn't use a sequin. I used the like faux. I put one or two on my hand. I've got the like faux buttons. I've got some like this and some that are paper with a little design on them in places. So I think it's if you want to use paper clips, but you don't want to use the actual paper clip. This is like a faux paper clip end, but they fit on there as well. So that's how it's going to look. You've got to make sure you put that to the side so you've got room to put the buttons on. Yeah. Right, is there anything else? The only extras I've done, I'll put this to one side and try not to lose that again. I found this in my little stash. It's a little ticket. And so I put Art's name on it, and it's got fishing. It's a challenge ticket of some kind. So I thought, well, that was quite fun. So I've stuck that in his pocket. I've done him a little paper there. Just folded up paper, and I've just put fishing rules. There's always rules, isn't there, to have, and I can't remember what this is. Oh, that's a bar of chocolate in his other pocket. Okay, I've not put anything in that pocket. Inside, I've put a piece of tea-dyed paper in so I can write the message. And in here, I've put a bigger pocket so I could slip some money or a voucher card or something like that in there. Okay, so you can make that one both sides if you want, you know, for little gifts or whatever. So that's what you'll have, hopefully. Oh, even better. So nothing on the back. Okay, and it just opens like that, which I think is quite sweet. So yeah, it's his birthday next week, so a different idea of as a fisherman's card, and he likes things like that. Thank you very much for joining me and for watching, and thank you very much for all your support and your comments and likes on my videos. So I'll leave you there, and I'll come back and tell you what else I'm going to be doing. Bye for now. Stay safe.